Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Simply Investing. This is your daily news segment here. Just going to go over some brief topics of what's been going on so far. I did make a website a little bit more geared. You guys can visit it, leave comment on it, leave feedback on it. Uh, it is a subscription based because I do want people who want to contribute to, of course, it should be right that they get paid for their contributions. I just want people who want to contribute realize not every article you submit is going to be published. So submit everything you can, and whatever is relevant or whatever is key at the time or whatever is good will be put in there. And that's not saying like submit 100 and one's going to get picked, but don't expect all 100 to get picked. That's all I'm saying. And with that, also with the subscription, anyone who signs up does get a free book every month. Once I have a whole list of them set up so that we can order them, that'd be you get to pick whichever book you want to get for free for the first month, and then it changes up then you can just keep picking a different one after that. And also gives you access to the blog, the forums, and everything. Although the forum site has not yet been set up there, but it will be. The forums will be set up there. But that's what your subscription gets, and the subscription is $29.95. I think that's a fair price for a month, and getting a free book and free commenting and all that stuff. And maybe at some point I'll just start hosting a class on it too. But I'm trying to make it as cheap as possible while keeping it, so I figured $29.95 would be enough that if I had one contributor sending an article a month, it takes 5 subscribers to pay that person. So that's kind of how I viewed it. I was trying to keep it as low as possible. Otherwise, it would have to be like $50 a month or something if it was going to be a profit generator. But it's just enough to keep the site running, add some more things, because there's a lot of things I like to add. It just costs a ton of money, so the subscription is going to pay for that. And the contributors, and I got to pay people, right? Anyway, let's talk about the news here. Lots of people have been dogging Apple consistently, and they came out and said they have record number pre-orders. Record number pre-orders. Again, they seem to just keep every year. They release a new phone, and every year record profits. And let me tell you why. And I do have an article on the website about Apple, but let me tell you why Apple is a great buy even at this price, because I think at the end of the first quarter, by the time they release fourth quarter earnings and the holiday sales, I believe that it should be around $150 a share. It's just phenomenal. I mean, it pays dividends. They have a great customer experience. Even if you don't like Apple, the whole environment of Apple is designed so that you buy the iPhone, you're probably going to buy the MacBook, you're probably going to buy the iWatch, you're probably going to get Apple TV, and then you're on top of that, the software is integrated into that, so you're buying not only all the hardware, but you're buying all the software that goes with it. So iTunes and the App Store just come together, and it creates a phenomenal a phenomenal user experience, which is how Apple is going to survive. That's why they've been doing so well. And you can kind of see how Microsoft is trying to copy that with their new Windows platform. When they came out with, I think, what was it, Windows 7 or Windows 8, whatever. I can't remember which one, but I think when they came out with that, they tried to model the lifestyle of the devices that you would use with Microsoft, like you would use with Apple, but no one has ever yet to mimic it properly. Another thing that's going to happen soon is the Feds are going to vote on rate increases. What I think that will do is, yes, I think stocks will become a bargain because people will rush out for no reason. But what will make a lot of money is bank stocks. Bank stocks. Bank stocks will start to increase in value because they can make more money, they have more trends, they have a lot of everything that can go. Oh, sorry about that, got a little something in my eye there. But they can do a lot of other things now with more interest, because more interest means more profit for them. That means they can charge higher on their loans and charge a lot of other things and add to their base, and hopefully it'll reduce their hustle in trying to get overdraft fees. Anyway, and it's like, but you also gotta be worried about banks. So I noticed that banks are people opt out of overdraft fees and they're still getting charged overdraft fees, and that's kind of illegal. But we'll have to see where that goes. Probably in 5 years there's going to be another lawsuit anyway. You know, financial institutions get sued left and right. We all know this. It's just a common. It's actually expected in the industry. Lots of things also going on with commodities, oil going down, and I don't think people get why oil goes down. I think people are just saying, oh well, it's just there's just too much. And yes, that a broad assumption. Yes, there's too much oil out there. That's why the price is going down. But what people don't also realize is that hybrids and more fuel efficient cars are constantly being purchased, especially when gas was what's it, $4 a gallon. I think it was at the highest like $4 a gallon, maybe $4.50 in some areas, and if you had a truck, SUV, or even like one of the a low mileage per gallon vehicle, you're filling up your tank like $50-$80 every week, and that's a huge drain on your finances. And I remember when I bought my first car 12 years ago, my little Corolla. I could fill that tank up for $20, and that tank would last me almost the entire month. That's how fuel efficient that little Corolla was. And that wasn't even a hybrid. And now you got the Prius, you got Tesla, you got electric cars coming out. You got the Prius, you got BMW with their i-Series, the i8 and the i3. It's only a matter of time. Mercedes, I think, has a couple hybrid models in their lineup. It's just a matter of time before those things started affecting the oil prices. And, for 15 years, the EPA has been pushing for more fuel-efficient and less-emission cars. Well, what does that mean with a fuel-efficient car? And I don't think people realize. Even when you go buy a Chevy Camaro, the miles per gallon, average miles per gallon now, is almost double what it was 10 years ago. Like, they would produce cars, it was like 13 miles a gallon. I mean, people don't expect 13 miles a gallon unless you're buying like a high-end luxury car like a Rolls Royce or a Bentley. You don't expect the gas, because almost everything now, even the Mercedes never had good gas miles. And now you can get almost 400 miles per tank, whereas before, on the same amount of gallons, you'd get 250. Like, the whole automotive industry is adapting to getting more mileage out of gas. And people like that. And as people save on gas, they're not going to go out and say, well, now gas is cheap, I'll go get an SUV. No. What they're going to do is, I'm going to stick with my Prius, and I'm going to stick with whatever car I have, and I'm just going to keep saving the difference. I mean, that's a huge difference. Even though I noticed as it was going down, my car normally took $50. Now it takes $30, and it will probably slip down to close to $20, because I'm looking at gas prices as just driving. You're just seeing them going down. A lot of other things contributing to that too is that you got biofuels, you got other forms of energy to move transportation and goods, and people are going back to railroads for a little bit. That all affected the price of oil, and oil just keeps going down. But what people don't think about oil is, now oil's going down. It's actually, for some reason, shale fracking is going down too. Well, it's going too cheap for them to profit. So if there's going to be a problem in the U.S., it's going to be the North and South Dakotas and Montana, where they do all the shale fracking and stuff for natural gas. It's going to go. So unfortunately, those economies are going to get hit the hardest, and it's coming. And if those states don't rustle up something really quick, because you need some industry out there. Like Detroit, all it was the automotive industry. Although Detroit, you can kind of bring back, because there's all these abandoned factories. You can just go in there and rehab a factory and start building another cheap car for the masses, like Henry Ford did, and just make a shit ton of money. I don't know. That's kind of something I envision someone doing, especially with the Tesla app. Tesla patent now in public use. You can take that patent of their car and make a cheaper, more efficient car. I think someone's going to do that. If someone makes a cheaper, more efficient car to Tesla, it'd be great. Tesla's a nice car, very nice car, but I think you can do without that big screen and all the other things that they add into it. Just building a basic car that's electric that gets you from point A to point B with a couple cool gizmos, like the standard 7.5-inch LCD screen just for like music going through the displays and stuff like that. That's fine. You don't need one that's like 28 inches long and 12 inches wide. That takes up a lot more energy. So it's only time will tell with that. But it's gonna be. I think oil is gonna go drop even lower, and I expect gas to be probably in the 150 because this was the Labor Day weekend. Every year since I've been alive, when Labor Day, Memorial Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas came around, gas prices jumped. We just all knew this because it just jumped because you knew there's going to be more demand for it than you had supply. This Labor Day was the first year where not only was it a record low in people driving, but it was a dip, just a ginormous dip down, like of the price. The price is just dropping because it went from like 240 to 210, and it's like because no one's driving, so you had all this gas that you thought people were going to be driving, and even if they were driving, they're driving more fuel efficient vehicles. It's like now it's almost getting completely feasible to drive from Florida to Maine on one tank of gas. Like I would not be surprised if in a few years that's capable. I remember doing a couple of trips like that in my Camry, and that was two fill-ups. You filled up once, topped it off in the morning. By the time you had to fill up again, you were in Virginia, and by the time next time I had to fill up, I was already home. I had maybe like less than a quarter of a tank, but I was already home. So it's things of that. All those things are contributing to the oil prices going down. So it's going to be an interesting market. I mean, we're getting some rally days, we're getting some down days. It's like I can't tell you what's a good buy or what's a bad buy. All I can say is wait for the big dips, then buy. Then wait for the increases, then buy. But it seems like energy, now that oil's going down, people are like, well, oil goes down, energy's going to go blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, now that the cost of energy, because like now that energy was going down, I ran my air conditioning on for an entire month. I saw a $10 increase. If I did that 5 years ago, I would have saw a $400 increase on my utility bill. So and that's the effect of what cheaper gas is doing. So people in hotter areas are going to run their air conditioning a little longer. Why? Because the oil plant gets their oil cheaper, and so they charge a lot less on the electricity that they produce. There's a lot of factors that go in. So steep gas prices declining gas prices not only help out the economy surrounding the car, but it helps out the economies surrounding energy. And I think this is a good time to buy energy because they're going to make more money because people are going to be less cost effective on their utility bills. They're still going to pay attention to it, but they're going to be like, okay, well, if it only increases $10 a month, let's turn on the air. I'm not going to sweat this month. Or it's like, you know what, let's leave the lights on because it doesn't matter anymore. It's things of that nature. You understand? People, when they go away for an evening, they'll leave the lights on to deter people from robbing their homes and stuff like that. Things of that nature. You'd be surprised at what kicks in. What will suffer is all those energy efficient markets. I think people will still buy like more energy efficient bulbs and surge protectors and things to reduce their electric bill, but not as much. I think you get the people who really just like saving to do it, and then the people who were doing it as they had to cut down in every aspect possible will most likely we'll just ignore it. They'll just say, okay, well, it's already down below 50, I'm fine. And a utility bill below 50 for a house is really good. I mean, that's insane. I mean, remember being up north and the average was $100, and you were just making outrageous sums of outrageous sums, So it's like, I remember turning on the heat for when I lived in New Jersey it was like, and my girlfriend at the time kept it at 80 degrees. The bill was like $600. I was like, holy crap! And even just not turning on anything was $114 a month. It was crazy. And now I live in Florida, and I have the air conditioning on all the time, and I've spent a total of $60 for the month. So it's just weird how things like that work out. But anyway, as far as today, I expect probably a good rally. Futures are looking good on the NASDAQ, NASDAQ and Dow and NYSE. Things are looking pretty good. So we could see another huge rally day today, and just like, you never know. But I think today would be a good day on the market. But however, I think Thursday and Friday are going to be sell-off days, because as hedge funds will move out their money to protect themselves over the weekend. So I just wanted to keep that in mind as you guys, if you want to consider buying today. I'll wait till Friday, end of Friday, when the market pulls a little bit and starts to pull back in the other direction. That's when you want to buy, but I would watch carefully right now. And I definitely watch energy sector, like energy providers. Don't invest in oil companies. Invest in the energy providers, because they're going to buy the oil for cheap. So that's all I have to say. Like and subscribe. Keep commenting. I'm happy to answer as many comments as I can. For those that I missed or that I'm late to responding to, I am completely sorry. It has sometimes the notification system, I just miss you. And so, I'm sorry about that, but I did comment on some of those that I missed, so feel free to answer back. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Try and get to 1,000 subscribers, and we seem to be just steadily getting there. And I'm going to do another video on demographics again, because I just don't think people, but it's just going to be a quick snippet of what I'm experiencing with the channel. So, and also visit the website, subscribe. If you want to be a contributor, there's a link on the website to contribute with some of the expectations. If you do want to be a contributor, you will have to pay. You will have to fill out a W-2, because it's got a tax ID number and everything. So you will get an actual paycheck once a month with all your things. Everything will be kept track of, and you will find a way so that way you can reconcile that. But it takes a lot of money to build a really professional website. So I thank you guys for your patience on it. Always feel free to look at it, give helpful suggestions. Email me, comment on the Facebook page. Also, like the Facebook page. Try and get to 100 likes on there. Invite your friends and family, anyone who you think it would be interested in participating. Thanks, and thanks guys for all your support. And thank you guys for watching, most importantly. So keep on watching, keep on liking, keep on subscribing. Visit my website, and I leave as much comments and feedback. Because it's not only if you have questions, you can bet 1,000 other people have questions. So thanks for watching. See you next time.